APNvideo.com is on the air, and today we're coming to you from Mesa, Arizona, and Hohokam Park Stadium, home of the athletic Oaklanders. And today it's home to the 2019 Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series on APN Sports. We're in the 50 and over Cactus semifinals as the Austin Angels and the Milwaukee Rangers battle for the second time this year. I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Video Sports. So glad you could join us. We hope to talk to maybe one or two of the Austin Angels before the game. These two teams met a couple of games ago. It was a one-sided affair. Austin won that one by a final score of 9-0. They are having a tremendous season. And talking to some of the players, they feel like maybe one of the best, if not the best team that they have sent down to the Phoenix area for this msbl World Series ever. They come in with a record of 7 wins and no losses, and they'll be taking on a very tough Rangers team who comes in with a record of 6-2. So when we come back, we'll have all the exciting play-by-play action. There is the Milwaukee Rangers, and they're getting set for battle. Mr. Phipps, and our starting pitcher today, Bob Lord Calvert, for the Austin Angels, the hard-throwing right-hander. When we come back, we're going to talk to Alden Stiefel, a longtime MSBL competitor.
Out of all the teams I've been with in all the years, this team has the best hitting I've ever seen.
Really?
Absolutely. And there's no give up in this team. Yesterday we were down in the first inning 5-0, and I knew the game was going to end the way it ended.
We might see you on the mound here today?
Not today. You know, we're starting tomorrow. We're starting the Cubs.
Okay.
So, and I've had some back problems last week, so I'm kind of taking it easy. I'm here just in case.
Okay. All right, good.
See what happens.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Jeff.
Well, special thanks to Alden Stiefel and Bob Calvert. Bob set up today's broadcast, so we are ready to go as the Austin Angels have taken the field, and it will be Aarons and San Filippo, and then Hall, the third-place hitter. We are going to actually move our location, but I think with all the setup and tear down that we had to do, this is not the ideal place to shoot from, but we've got a great idea for the rest of the game. And here's a line drive out into left field and down the line, base hit. Aaron's heading to second base, and the Rangers are off and running with a 2-base hit. A very good start off one of the top pitchers in the 50 and over Cactus, Robert, as I always call him, Robert Lord Calvert.
Hey, Rob, nice and easy now, nice and easy. Hey, hit your spot, down, come on.
I'll bring up San Filippo, second place hitter in the lineup, and Matt will swing and ground one to the shortstop. He's there. Low throw, but scooped out nicely there by the first baseman. And that is out number one with a runner at third base. And a good defensive play there for out number one as you get a close-up look at Bob Calvert, today's starting pitcher. And the next batter swings and lines one up the middle and into center field, and the Rangers draw first blood and lead it 1-0 here in the top of the first inning.
Yep, ground ball, work here.
So Hall with an RBI single, jumped all over the first pitch, and Mark with an RBI hit. And the next batter is going to be Mark Holtzman. Got a good crowd on hand for this one at the auxiliary field. I think we were originally thinking this was going to be a stadium game, and that's why we're shooting from an unusual spot here, and just hopefully for the top of the first inning. You got a runner at first base, the cleanup hitter aboard, and here's a ball hit down to third. They go second one, and they'll try to turn the double play, and they do. Spectacular 5-4-3 double play to retire the side. And after a half an inning of play, it's the Rangers drawing first blood. They lead it 1-0 on APNvideo.com. All right, we go now to the home half of inning number one. Getting the start today is going to be Jerry on the mound for the Milwaukee Rangers, a team that comes in here 6-2 by way of record, and that is a called strike. Lujan, Lindsay, and Rodriguez, the first three for the Austin Angels. And here's a bouncing ball foul. Reed Stifel kind of acting as the manager here today. So many of these games that we've been covering in the MSBL World Series, a lot of times people aren't really designating themselves as the manager. Sometimes it's by committee. We had one the other day. It was like we've got three coaches that are taking care of the lineups and all the things that a manager will do. As Marvin comes on, and I don't know did anybody make that catch? There was almost a collision there with the. I'll tell you, he came up with that catch. How about that? A spectacular play by Marvin Oliver in left field. And so there's one down. So Gambatisi kind of giving a thumbs up out there in left field. His left fielder, a tremendous play on a short fly ball by Lujan. And so Ernie is retired, and that'll bring up the second place hitter, Darrell Lindsay. Yeah, occasionally you will hear airplanes flying over. We're right in the path of Sky Harbor Airport, Hohokam Park in Mesa. They'll fly off to the north of here, and sometimes they fly directly over the ballpark. So, welcome back to the days of Shea Stadium in New York and beautiful LaGuardia Airport. That's flied foul out of play to the left side as you get a look at Darrell Lindsay, the undefeated Austin Angels. These two teams met a couple of days ago, and the Austin Angels came up with a 9-0 victory in that game. That was the last game that the Rangers have lost. They finished pool play 4-2. Of course, the Angels, as this one's lined out in the center, that one's going to drop in front of Anthony Aarons, and that's going to be a base hit. So the third hitter coming up, and it's going to be Ralph Rodriguez. So the tying run at first base. And an easy steal right there. Stolen base for the speedy Darrell Lindsay. So a quick meeting of the mind. You look at the catcher, Mark Holtzman. And here's a drive out into left field and down the line, and Marvin dives for it, trying to cut it off. He does a great job coming around third and scoring. The tying run is Lindsay. And on an RBI double by Ralph Rodriguez, we are tied at 1 apiece here in the home half. Yeah, courtesy runner out at second base for Ralph Rodriguez, and the cleanup hitter coming to the plate is Jose Fernandez. Jeff Lowry with you, apnvideo.com. So glad you could join us. Kind of a warm morning for baseball. It's been pleasant. I mean, we got out here early enough. We're going to be in the mid-90s before the day is over, but right now it's really actually kind of nice. Here's a bouncing ball to the shortstop. He fields and fires on to first. San Filippo with a nice defensive play, and the 6-3 ground out, 2 down, and now one of the top hitters on this team, and Rudy Cesario. And maybe one of the most feared hitters in this Austin lineup, and that's a called strike, and it's 0-1. I really like our this is the first time we have ever shot a game from center field. And I kind of like the angle. Now, if you're in a stadium game, I think what we've been doing is outstanding, but if you're on one of these side fields, this is the only way to do it. I can't believe we've been in this league since 1998, and we took a chance. The umpire said just be careful out there, and especially I think when you get up in the 65s and the 70-plus, you're going to do this every time. Because those guys aren't going to hit the ball 350 feet on a line somewhere and take us out. And now this group can hit the ball. There's no doubt about it. And this guy right here could easily reach our camera well, but we're closing in on 400 feet away from home plate. So Rudy Cesario, you got Buck McGilvery on deck, hoping for a chance to bat here. 2 down. Go-ahead run is at second base, the pitch, and he swings. Here's a fly ball out into right field. That's going to be playable, and Lakin makes the catch. After 1 inning of play, we are tied. You're watching the 2019 MSBL World Series 50 and over Cactus semifinals. Now some of the Angels warming up. You see number 24, O'Connor, as we're ready to start the top half of inning number 2 here on APN Sports. And this is going to be the pitcher, Jerry Gambatisi. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Second inning of work for starting pitcher Robert Calvert. That's a called strike. Jerry's like, I want that called strike when I'm out there on the mound. A little difficult. I thought it'd be a little easier to determine the strike zone, but it's really hard to see the plate, and that's a wave and a miss. Actually, that's strike 3 swinging, and that is the first strikeout for Bob Calvert and his Austin Angels, undefeated at 7-0 in this 50 and over Cactus Division semifinal. That'll bring up Alba, Jose Alba. Well, Calvert has had an outstanding MSBL World Series career. I don't know how long I've seen Bob pitching out here. I can remember they were playing the Chicago North Cubs over at the Dodger facility back in like 2012. So I think that might have been the first couple of years, and that's another outstanding sinking pitch. An off-speed pitch and his second strikeout of the game.
Yeah.
2 down here in the inning, and the batter is going to be the left fielder, the outstanding left fielder who made a sensational catch in Marvin Oliver. Oliver's got kind of that Ricky Henderson strike zone. When he goes into the crouch, very difficult. And believe me, if you're in a crouch, much like Ricky Henderson or well, of course, I know a lot of you guys remember Pete Rose, the all-time hit king, would crouch more than any other player, I think, in baseball history. It is a much tougher batter for a pitcher to face. There's no doubt about it. Now, when you crouch, that's not your strike zone. See, he draws the walk here. A 2-out walk by Oliver. He heads down to first, and now the second baseman in Mike Drilling. So it's not where you crouch as your strike zone. It's when you stand up. And a good home plate umpire, he'll look at where you're standing. So as that is going to be a stolen base for Marvin Oliver, and he is in scoring position representing the go-ahead run. So literally the ball could go right by your forehead. As long as it's over the plate, it most likely will be called a strike because you're in a crouch. But as a pitcher, as that is swung on and missed, a swinging strikeout, he strikes out the side, and we head to the bottom of the second inning in a 1-1 tie. This is the 50 and over Cactus Division playoffs, semifinals, APN. All right, we go to the home half of the second inning, and it'll be Buck McGilvery He'll take a strike to start things off. Fisher and Clough the follow here for the Austin Angels, undefeated, 6-0 in round-robin play. But getting back to the strike zone, when you're a pitcher, you've got to almost say, look, I'm not aiming as this one is drilled out into left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single and a good start for Austin here in the second inning. That'll bring up Fisher. Tom Fisher at the plate. Throw over to first. The runner is back in safely. So as a pitcher, you've got to say, look, this guy's crouching. The batter right now, Tom Fisher, is in a crouch. You can throw right here, probably where his hands are. Runner goes, and that's going to be a stolen base. And the runner started to go to third and then stumbled just a bit. Second stolen base of the day for the Angels in 2 innings. And now Fisher with a chance to drive in a run. But you could almost throw it at Fisher's hands right here and probably get the strike call. You don't throw to the strike zone that is, as the batter is crouching, you throw it where he's standing up. Now, as a former player myself, as a swing and a miss, as a former player, unless I was impersonating Pete, in the backyard, I didn't crouch. I was pretty much straight up and down. So, I mean, it would be there's a disadvantage to it, but also an advantage, as this one's grounded down to first. That's going to be picked up there, and a nice play to the bag for the first out of the inning. That's Schmore down there at first base. I'll give you the defense as we go along here. 3 unassisted. And here's Rick, and he sends one into deep left center field. He hit the ball a ton. It's going to roll all the way to the warning track. And Oliver makes a nice play there, but didn't get it to his center fielder. It's going to be an extra base hit, and the Austin Angels on a 3-base hit by Rick to left center field, drives in the second, and go-ahead run for Austin. 2-1 Angels here in the bottom of the second. Jimmy O'Connor will dig in at the plate. Popped him up. That's out of play. We have a roaming camera on a dolly out here so that we can make adjustments whether the infielders are in the way or just a general obstructed view. Great pitch that time by Jerry. Inside corner. That was a perfect pitch. And here's a line drive, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman and drilling. Good job on that little line drive, and Lysick will be the 2-out hitter with a runner at third base here in the bottom of the second inning. Ball one. Tim Lysick. And he finds himself in a 0-2 count. Now, I'm not completely sure if Carey is going to bat next. And strike 2 called. Well, apparently that first pitch was not a strike. Runner at third base, an RBI triple for Rick. And here's a slow roller to the right side, fielded again by Drilling, his second play of the inning. Side retired, but the go-ahead run comes across. And at the end of 2 innings of play, the Austin Angels, with their sights on a championship, lead it 2-1. Well, Bob Calvert coming out in his third inning of work. First pitch is in there for a called strike. He'll be facing the bottom part of the lineup here. They'll start with Lakin, Eckhart, and then back to the top of the order, their center fielder, Aarons. A beautiful Nice morning for baseball. Of course, it's going to get up into the 90s again here today as we get close to closing out Week 1 of the MSBL World Series. And we hope you're enjoying our center field camera. Here's a bouncing ball under the glove of the third baseman. The shortstop comes up throwing, and, well, is he out or is he safe? He's going to be safe. It would have been nice if the umpire took the effort to make the call. I think they're going to rule that E5. Now, tremendous effort by the shortstop, Ernie Lujan, who does... I've seen him play several times. He's a pretty good defensive player. So here's Eckhart batting for the first time. And he sends one out into the gap, left center field. That ball's going to roll all the way to the warning track, and this may tie things up. The throw comes back in. Lujan comes out to cut it off, and we are tied on an RBI double by Eckhart. 2-2 here in the top of the third. We go to the top of the order, 1-for-1 with a run scored. Anthony Aarons, who's the starting center fielder here today, probably will get a lot of airtime on this broadcast. Top half of the third inning, you're watching the 50-plus Cactus semifinals, a bouncing ball, and the third baseman is right there in the throw across, and this time for sure he is out, 2 down. So a nice play by Chris. If you're scoring at home, 5-3. And now the shortstop of the Milwaukee Rangers, Matt Sanfilippo. And this one is hit hard and past the shortstop out into left center field. The runner will go from second to third. They're on the corners. And the Rangers are still threatening here in the third inning. Only one man out, and now the third place hitter digs in, and Mark Hall. Runner takes off. They're going to throw down there, and safe. So they'll be at second and third. Stolen base for Matt. He's at second. You see the runner at third. And Eckhart, who tripled in a run to tie this thing up at 2 apiece. And Mark Hall, who had an RBI hit to break the ice in the first, lines one, caught by the first baseman on a ball that wasn't really hit all that hard, but a nice catch down there at first, and there is 2 down. Anthony Lozano makes the play. Cleanup hitter Mark Holtzman, who's the starting catcher, and he swings and fouls that one off at the plate. No balls and 1 strike on the Milwaukee Rangers cleanup hitter. First and third occupied with 2 out. We're in a 2-2 tie here from Hohokam Park in Mesa, and a high fastball, and right now Bob Calvert just blowing it by him. 2 strikes and pitching. And here's a ball hit down the line, and that is a fair ball that's going to score 2 runs. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, and Holtzman is going to waltz into third base with a 2 RBI triple.
4-2.
Well, they have scored 3 times now in the inning. So Eckhart, Matt Sanfilippo scoring ahead, and here is the starting pitcher, Gambatisi. So 3 runs in, and the Rangers now lead at 4-2. Good sinking pitch, and that is strike 3. The throw down in time. That is strikeout number 4 for Bob, and we head to the home half. Austin coming up, trailing by 2. Ernie Lujan will start things off as we head now to the home half of inning number 3. A 3-run top of the inning for the Rangers, and they'll lead it 4-2. Lujan will lead things off and take a first pitch strike. 0-1 from Gambatisi, the starting pitcher. And that's taken low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. He flew out to left field and lines one. Caught by the third baseman. Fine play, 1 down. Well, a tremendous catch by Mark Hall at third base. 1 up and 1 down, and the batter is going to be Darrell Lindsay, who had a base hit, a stolen base, and came around to score on an RBI double by Ralph Rodriguez in the first inning. Rangers lead the undefeated Angels 4-2 here in the bottom half of inning number 3. You see Hohokam Park in the background. We're out beyond the center field of the main stadium here, which is, I think, one of my favorite ballparks in all the spring training facilities here in Arizona. And here's a chopper out in front of the plate. And Jerry can field his position as well as any pitcher in the 50 and over Cactus division and maybe even further down. 2 down. Now Ralph Rodriguez, he takes a fastball inside for ball 1. "4-1 Rangers here in the third inning, bottom half. And a strike called. Evens the count on the hard-hitting right-handed hitter at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's in there for a called strike. I'll tell you what, it just seems like that outside part of the plate, I think it's expanded just a bit on the right-handed hitters. It's a little hard to determine from this angle. The 2-strike pitch, and he swung on and missed, and that retires a side. We got 3 in the books here from Hohokam Park in Mesa. This is APN, and you're getting a look at the right-handed starter, Bob Calvert. Need to throw a few goose eggs up there if they're going to get back into this ball game. We'd like to welcome all of you from the great state of Texas and Wisconsin who might be watching and listening to today's broadcast on APM Video Sports. Well, the Rangers come up top of the 4th inning, and they'll send up Jose Alba and then Oliver and Drilling. And this one's popped up. Is this going to stay in play for the third baseman? He's under it, and he's got it right in front of the fence. 1 down. So Chris Hucks has done a nice job down at the hot corner. 1 down, and here's a shot back up the middle. It's going to be corralled by the second baseman, and a bang-bang play. They nab the speedy Marvin Oliver. Outstanding play by Darrell Lipsy, and there is 2 down. And first pitch swinging, fly ball center field. And barely moving was Jimmy O'Connor to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. After 3.5 innings of baseball, the semifinals of the 60 and over Cactus Division, the Rangers back on the field and leading 4-2. Fourth inning of work for the Ranger starter. Here's a ground ball down to third. Nice play, and the long throw across by Mark Hall is in time. So 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Check that, the bottom of the 4th inning. And now the Angels will send to the plate hard-hitting Rudy Cesario. That's a strike. Popped him up, and that's out of play to the right side. Cesario flied to right field his first time up. Crowd comes on their feet. Here's the pitch. And a good eye and a good take right there by the right-handed hitter. This one is popped up, and this is going to be out of play, or will the pitcher have a play on it? And he drops the ball. And you just wonder if Rudy Cesario is going to make him pay for it. A dangerous hitter at the plate, and a ball that Jerry would tell you he should have had 99.9 times out of 100. The pitch. Outside, and he lost him, ball 4. So a one-out walk. Cesario got some extra life, and now here's Buck for the second time. He had a base hit, a run scored, stole a base his last time up. Swing and a miss, and he's down 0-1.
27.
And Buck swings and drills one past the third baseman into left field. That's a base hit. You got runners at first and second. Fifth base hit of the ball game for the undefeated Angels, and the batter will be Tom Fisher. Grounded out 3 unassisted, his first and only time up, drilling, trying to keep that runner close, and the first pitch is high and away, ball 1. Hohokam Park in Mesa, the winter home of the Oakland Athletics. And 2 balls and no strikes on Fisher. You got 2 on, the tying run at first, and an excuse me swing, and he hits it right to drilling. Both runners hustle back, scamper back to their respective bags, and now there's 2 down in the inning. Now here's Rick with a chance maybe to cut into that 2-run deficit. The 4-2 lead by the Rangers here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The winner of this game will be playing the number 1 seeded Mescal. And they are a very, very good ball club. Here's a ground ball that's going to go foul down the left field line. Look at Rick. There's your runner at second and Rudy, and you got Buck over at first base. Where the Angels would love to get at least 1 run in here and keep it a 1-run ball game. Gambatisi to the plate, and that's a strike called, and no throw down to first. Big moment in this ball game. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. And it's lifted in the air to left field. Going back is Marvin. He's got it. He makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 left after 4. 4-2 Rangers. This is the semifinals of the 50 and over Cactus. All right, Jeff Lowry back from Hohokam Park in Mesa. Rangers will be sending up their bottom part of the lineup. This is Jim Schmore, left-handed hitter. A strike 3 called on the outside corner, and I don't think he liked the call. So that is the 5th punch out of the day for Lord Calvert. And the next batter is Eckhart. He grounds to Lujan. He's up. He fires to first in time. So 2 quick outs, a strikeout and a ground out to shortstop to start the 5th inning here. Lujan can play shortstop as well as I think anybody in this 50 and over Cactus division. So there's 2 down. And here's a check swing off the bat of Anthony Arentz, and it's going to go trickling foul. He takes strike 2 called. Good pitch. Tom Fisher doing the catching here today, and Doing an outstanding job for this Milwaukee Rangers team. I was wondering when I was going to say it. Pitch, and here's a bouncing ball down to third. It's bobbled once, picked up, throw across, not in time. Oh, they called him out. What a break right there for the Angels. And I got to tell you, that young umpire right there, he made an absolutely horrible call. That was not even close. So we go to the home half of inning number 5, and the Rangers trailing 4-2, and they caught a big-time break right there. I mean, I got to be honest, and you can look at the replay. I bet the ball was a good 10, 12 feet away from the first baseman's mitt when he stepped on the bag. Here's a high fly ball into center field. Long run for Anthony, and he can't make the play. That's going to be a base hit. Backed up by the right fielder. And that is going to be a 2-base hit. And I think that's a ball you got to try to knock down. And so, Jimmy O'Connor with a leadoff. Well, it's going to go as a 2-base hit. And it's hit number 6 now for the Austin Angels. And the tying run comes to the plate, and Tim Lysick. No out runner at second base, and here's a line drive into left field, and that's a hit. Nice job by the left fielder, Marvin Oliver, and he comes up firing the third and almost had a play on him. So the first 2 have reached, 7 hits in total for the Angels. We go back to the top of the order. Here's Lujan, and he squares the bunt and takes high, ball 1. 4-2 Rangers are in the field in the red tops against the Austin, Texas Angels. And here's the runner going down to second. And boy, did they pull an outstanding decoy there as Matt came in. But the decoy was Mike Drilling. He acted like he was going to cut the ball off. He let it go through. The runner kind of pulled up, and he was out from here to there. That's a pretty nifty and a very smart play. You got a runner at third, still there. And now Ernie Lujan, and he swings and bounces one, but to the wrong guy at third. Hall across the infield, 2 down. All right, here's Darrell. He is singled. He has scored a run. He has bounced out 1-3, and he bats here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. He's got a runner at third base and 2 out in the pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, Austin would love to pick that runner up. 2 balls and 1 strike on the second hitter in the lineup for the Austin Angels. Reed Stifel, the man in control of the book over there. And here's a shot that's going to gap it in between the left fielder and the center fielder. Quickly back there to get it was Marvin Oliver. And here comes the throw in, and it is a double, and it's 4-3. And Lindsay represents the tying run at second base. That is the 8th hit of the ball game for the Angels, and now Ralph Rodriguez, who has already driven in a run with a first inning double. Runner at second, the tying run, 4-3 Rangers. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and a throw down to second, and a little closer to comfort there. I think the Angels wanted. Gambatese trying to work out of this inning, and could have been a lot worse. And here's a ball slapped to the right side. That ball goes through. That's a base hit. Coming around third and scoring the tying run is Darrell Lindsay. And just like that, a 4-4 tie in this semifinal game. Well, the second RBI of the day for Ralph Rodriguez, the 9th hit by the Austin Angels, who beat the Milwaukee Rangers earlier in the tournament 9-0 in round-robin play. So here is Jose Fernandez with Cesario on deck, and it's not getting any easier for Jerry Gambatese. Here's a ground ball to the right side and under the glove and into right field by Mike Drilling. Getting over there quickly is Aarons. He's trying to get it back in, and that's going to plate the go-ahead run. That's going to be an RBI hit and single for Jose Fernandez, I should say, and it is now 5-4 Austin.
5-4 Angels.
Now Rudy Cesario. Rudy has flied to right field. He drew a walk back in the 4th inning. But here in the 5th, 3 big runs by the Angels, and they have taken a 5-4 lead in this 50 and over Cactus Division semifinal game. Righty versus righty. The pitch is swung on and hit to the shortstop. Matt's got it, flipped to second, and the side is retired. 3 big runs. And the Angels have pounded out 9 hits. We head now to the top of the 6th inning in this 50 and over Cactus Division semifinal. 5-4 Angels over the Milwaukee Rangers. This is APNvideo.com. Bob Lord Calvert back out there in his 6th inning of work, and right now he would stand to be the winning pitcher if this lead holds up. Jeff Lowry with you, APN Sports, APNvideo.com. So glad you could join us. Temperatures in the mid-80s. It feels great out here for this 9 a.m. start time. Semifinal game of the Cactus. The winner plays Mezcal. Leadoff walk, and that was probably the last thing that Bob Calvert wanted. And the next batter swings and hits a fly ball out in the right field, and this ball will be taken care of. Here's a quick throw back, but not in time. Jose Fernandez, nice play. So Matt draws the leadoff walk, Mark with a fly ball to right, and here is Holtzman, the Milwaukee Raiders catcher. He had a 2-run triple back in the 3rd inning. He chops or flies one out in the center field, base hit. Nice defensive play by Jimmy O'Connor, and he got over there quickly, and runners are at 1st and 2nd with 1 man out, and here come the Rangers. I'll tell you what, this has been one of those games where you kind of figure the last team that bats is going to win it. So here's Jose Alba. Or is this, no, I'm sorry, this is Gambatisi, who has struck out twice. Calvert, I think, wanted that call. He's been kind of getting that call most of the game. We mentioned the home plate umpire is giving, he's expanded the strike zone on the right side just a bit. The outer part of the plate, I should say, on the right-handed hitters. He has definitely had a little leeway out there. 5-4. Angels on top. That's a called strike. Good pitch. That's an unhittable pitch right there. 1 out, 2 on. So you got the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first base for the Milwaukee Rangers. So glad you could join us for this semifinal action from Hohokam, and that is a pitch that's in the dirt and a nice stop by your starting catcher, Tom Fisher. And that is going to be strike 3 called, and, well, that is going to be strikeout number 6 for Calvert. And now Jose Alba. Fastball inside, ball 1. You can see Calvert's got a pretty live fastball. That ball got in under the hands of Alba quite quickly. Strike called, and that's what I was talking about. That did not look like a strike, but he's called that, and, well, I guess you got to give him some consistency. Swing and a miss. And you could see Alba expanding his strike zone because of the umpire here. And Calvert knows that point better than I do. And he continues to go out there. And he just balked. So runners are now 2nd and 3rd. And why that is so significant is the fact that As that one is outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You put the go-ahead run in scoring position, ball 4. Bob didn't mix it up too well that time, and now the bases are loaded. And now Marvin Oliver, as Robert Calvert, the starting pitcher, getting a little bit of a pep talk from Murray Lord. And that one, well, I'll tell you, this guy's strike zone's all over the place. Now, that is more of a strike than some of those sliders that Calvert has been getting a called strike. And that's chop foul. Calvert almost reminds me a little bit, I don't know if it's the Angels uniform, he's got a little bit of Nolan Ryan. Strike 2 called. And that one looked a little inside. Again, it's really tough to criticize the ump from this angle. Watch him. He looks, yeah, he's a little Nolan Ryan-ish. Uh-oh, here's a drive into deep left center field. It's going to split the outfielders. 2 runs are going to score, and the Rangers have regained the lead at 6-5. And here comes a fast Oliver to third, and he is in standing with a 3-base hit, 2 RBIs. And what a game we are seeing at Hohokam Park in Mesa. A 2-run triple by Marvin Oliver. And it's now 6-5. The Rangers on top, and that's going to be it for Bob Calvert. Breaking the action. We'll be back. Buck McGilvery will be the new pitcher here for the Austin Angels, and here's a swing and a ground ball to the shortstop, and Lou John up, throwing, got him, and the side is retired. But not before they get 2 big-time runs, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. It is now 6-5 in favor of the Milwaukee Rangers in this 50 and over Cactus Division. The msbl World Series. This is a semifinal game. Winner will play Mescal over at the Big House. And a good start here for the Angels. A hit batsman. And Buck will head down to first. So 5 2/3 innings. I would say a strong outing, though 6 runs given up. I know he's not too happy with that. Here's a drive in the center field, and this one's going to be caught by Anthony Aaron's. Nice catch, and there's 1 down. So a hit batsman and a fly ball to center field. Here's Rick. Skies one out of play to the right side. 6-5 Rangers. Austin batting here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Another inning of work for Jerry Gambatisi. And that one is a rope. Boy, he hung that one. Fortunate for Jerry, that ball wasn't hit a country mile. And here's a chopping ball and foul ball. It's Mark Hall, who's done a very nice job at the hot corner for the Rangers. Been very steady down there. Runner at first with 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Angels batting trailing 6-5 on apnvideo.com. And our coverage of this 2019 MSBL World Series. And a fly ball, and they had him played perfectly. Anthony corrals it. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Jerry O'Connor, the athletic outfielder who doubled his last time up. Doubled and scored. And here's a shot out into center field, base hit. I'll tell you, O'Connor just continues to rake. Here's the throw to third, and the runner's coming, and it skips by the third baseman, and runners will be at second and third. Well, the Angels are in business now, down by 1. And they got 2 men aboard with a chance to tie or maybe take the lead. Here is Lysick, and he swings and fouls one back against Jerry. 0-1 the count. He had a good cut at that pitch. And he loops one back a shortstop, and it's dropping, base hit. Here's the throw to the plate, and it's not in time ahead of the diving O'Connor. And guess what? The Angels have regained the lead at 7-6. 2-run single by Lysick. Well, they just continue to pound out the hits. That is 12 hits now in total. And we go back to the top of the order. Here's Ernie Lujan, who is looking for his first hit of the game, but he has been very solid at shortstop. So the Rangers led 1-0 to start the game. The Angels tied it at the end of 1-1-1, took a 2-1 lead. Angels took a lead in the third with 3 runs, only to see 3 runs scored in the fifth by the Austin Angels. And now the Rangers took the lead. We've had 5 lead changes. That's a lot, especially in a semifinal game, a chance to play in the big house for the 50 and over Cactus Division National Championship. On a beautiful morning for semifinal action of the 2019 MSBL World Series. Here's a drive into left field. That ball's going to be trouble. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Over to get it is Oliver. And another run is going to score, and, well, hold up. He's going to stay right there. Why didn't he score? Wow. That's going to go for a single here. Yeah, I'm really shocked he didn't score. So, especially 2 outs. All right, here's Darrell Lindsay. And he pops it up, and that's going to be out of play. Well, good try there. He made it a much closer play than I thought he would. Bottom of the 6th inning. And strike 2 called. I don't think Darrell liked the call much. 6th inning action, 1st and 3rd, a swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, side retired, and we are heading to the 7th. Coming to you from Hohokam Park in Mesa, and, well, we got a new ball game, 7-6 in favor of the Angels. They score 2 times in the 6th inning, and we go to the top of the 7th, 2nd inning of work for Buck McGilvery. Buck McGilvery came in relief of starting pitcher Robert Calvert, who went the front 5 2/3, gave up 6 hits. Here's a line drive caught by the second baseman and taken care of by Darrell Lindsay, 1 down. So 1 up and 1 down here in inning number 7. And that'll bring up Eckhart, who has doubled in a run and scored, and has grounded to shortstop. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. Semi-final action. We got the misting system going at full bore, and there's a wave and a miss, and that is the 7th punch-out for Austin Angels pitching. 2 down in the inning, and we go back to the top of the order and the center fielder, Anthony Aarons. He's been kind of a busy player out in center field here today. It's almost like the Kansas City Royals Stadium. Here's a rocket down the left field line, and that's going to be a fair ball. Over to get it is the left fielder. He comes up firing. Here's the throw to second, and it's not in time. It's a 2-out double. As Anthony Aarons, the center fielder, extends this 7th inning. And now the batter is going to be Sanfilippo, Matt Sanfilippo, the shortstop. Hit number 8 for the Milwaukee Rangers, who now trail at 7-6. That's a strike to Matt. Good pitch, good movement. 1 ball and 2 strikes, trying to extend the inning and drive in the game-tying run at second. And this one's going to get away from the catcher. Well, nice job of getting over there by Fisher. Runner takes his lead, and now the pitch. And this one is lifted in the air to left, and it's going to fall for a base hit in front of Jimmy O'Connor. And scoring is going to be Aarons, and this game is tied. This is our second tie. We've had 5 lead changes. And I'll tell you what, folks, you got your money's worth on this game, no question about it. 7-7 tie here in the top of the 7th inning. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes to the third baseman and third place hitter, Mark Hall. The runner at first is Sanfilippo, who just drove in the game's tying run with a shot out into the gap in left center field. He's at first base. He's a threat to steal. Now the 3-1, but first a token throw over to first. Semi-final game, you got 5 lead changes and 2 ties. Not bad. Not bad at all. He struck him out swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Buck, but he gives up the tying run as we head to the home half of inning number 7. 7-7 tie.
5 for the Angels.
And here's a ball hit up the middle, and Rodriguez has another base hit. He is now 3 for 4 on the day. That is the 15th hit by Austin, and they had beaten this Rangers team back in pool play. We mentioned 9-0. This one's popped up and out of play. Jose Fernandez is grounded to short, grounded to third, single, and grounded to third. And here's a play to second, and holy moly, he's done it again, and except this time at the hands of the Angels. And Bob Calvert didn't like the call. So that's a 5-4 fielder's choice. And here is Rudy Cesario. And he got hit by a pitch. So he will head down to first. That puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. The Angels take anything they can get at this point. So Jose Fernandez, he is the runner at second base. Cesario first. Here's Buck. He takes high for a ball. Buck has singled a couple of times. He was hit by a pitch. He has scored twice, 2 for 2. Austin Angels, Milwaukee Rangers battling in the 50 and over Cactus Division semifinals. The winner goes to the big house right behind home plate. Boy, what a good pitch there. A little circle change by Jerry Gambatesi. He has went the whole distance. That pitch count up around 150. Yeah, this isn't the major leagues where, we get to 100. God, baby, you guys. These guys are still throwing sliders and sinkers and curves and fastballs. That one Almost taken out. I think that was Robert Calvert's brand new car over there. Not a good spot. That's a good foul ball area. Now the pitch. And this one is slapped towards the shortstop. They'll go second one. They'll go to first. That's an inning-ending double play. And we are heading to the 8th in this semifinal game. You're watching the 50 and over Cactus Division on apnvideo.com. Well, a very nifty 6-4-3 double play gets the Rangers out of a bit of a jam. And now the Rangers will come to the plate, and they'll send up their cleanup hitter, Mark Holtzman. Third inning of work for Buck McGilvery. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's a little upset with the umpire. I think when you have an inconsistent strike zone, as this one is tapped to the shortstop, and there is Lujan, and a tough play. Throw to first, got him. I'll tell you why that was such a tough play. It wasn't hit all that hard, but it was that he fielded the short hop. The ball actually hit the lip of the infielder right around it. It looked like it. And that made it a very difficult play, but I'll tell you, he's done a steady job. And now here's the starting pitcher, and Jerry swings and he misses. Jerry, the 5th place hitter in the lineup for the Rangers, but has struck out all 3 times he's been to the plate. We're in the top of the 8th in a 7-7 tie. And that's strike 3 called. Got looking. That is his 3rd punch out since coming in. 9 strikeouts for Angel pitching so far. 2 down in Jose Alba. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. Ready with the next one. And this was lifted into left field, and this one is going to be, over the head of the left fielder. And that's Tim Lysick, and he'll get it back in quickly, but not before the runner or the hitter gets to second base, and they're going to rule that a 2-base hit.
14 courtesy running.
Well, they're going to go ahead and put the dangerous Marvin Oliver on to first base. 10 hits in total for the Rangers. Good pitch, and this is Mike drilling as there's TWA flying overhead. I don't think TWA is even in the market anymore, are they? I don't think so. And that's a swing and a miss. That is the 2nd strikeout of the inning and the 4th of the game, and they go scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Semifinal action. It's the Rangers and the Angels in a 7-7 tie on apnvideo.com. Tom Fisher will start things off. Bottom half of the 8th inning, and what the Angels hope they can score a run or 2 here or more, and it'll be their final at bat of the day. But they're going to have to score some runs and hold the Rangers at bay in the top of the 9th inning. So Fisher, the crew here really in total disagreement with the strike zone of today's home plate umpire. It is simply all over the place. I don't mean to criticize, but you'd like to see a little more consistency as this one's grounded down to third, and look at Mark Hall. Can he get him out at first? The tag is made, and nope, he threw it away. And heading to second is Fisher, and he's in sliding. The throw is late. And they're going to go, well, I was going to say single and a throwing error, but the official score said E5, and so here's Rick batting for the 4th time. He had a triple RBI in the first. He's 1 for 3. Golly, I feel like I'm at LaGuardia. Here's a pop-up back of the plate, and the catcher, can he make the play? And was unable to corral it. Well, a nice attempt by Mark Holtzman. Well, I think when all is said and done, this game should end a little bit early. I think we're looking at about 12:35, 12:40. This game's been moving right along, even with all the scoring. So a good job. Sanfilippo, the outstanding shortstop. Well, we've got some really good shortstops here. We've seen some outstanding defense, no doubt about it. It's been a fun game. Rick up there looking for his second hit in 4 tries, a pitch. And staying away from him. Two strikes on the hitter. Jerry O'Connor is on deck. Payoff pitch. And now the payoff pitch. That was 2-2. And here's a line shot back into deep left field. Oliver will make a sprawling catch. What a tremendous play by Marvin Oliver. In left field, he saves a run. My goodness, what a tremendous play. In fact, Oliver, usually you overrun the ball running laterally, but he overran going back. It just tells you how fast this guy is. And that's a called strike. Well, that's our Marucci big play of the day. And now Jimmy O'Connor at the plate. He's had a nice day. He's popped up, but he is also singled a couple of times, or doubled, singled, and he hits one past the diving third baseman into left field, and he's got another hit. The throw comes in, and the quick throw to second, not in time. So now they are at first and third. 17 hits for the Angels. Somewhat of a big differential between the amount of runs that this team has scored today. As this one gets away, is the runner going to score? He's going to score, and they take the lead 8-7. 6th lead change of the day. That one coming on a wild pitch. And in this championship bracket, anything goes, and you'll take them any way you can. Now Tim Lysek. He's got a runner at third. And I think Delta Airlines is landing on the field as we speak. Thank you very little. Lysek had a 2-run hit his last time up, and he got jammed on that one. A comebacker to Jerry, and he'll take care of business at first, 2 down. So 8-7 Angels here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We have had 6 lead changes, 2 ties. We were tied at 1 at the end of 1 and tied at 7, obviously, here in the last inning. Well, this is Carey batting, Eric Carey batting for the first time. Strike 3 called. He got him. Jerry, I'll tell you, this has been a rude going performance for him, and now we got a new pitcher, the third pitcher used, and give some credit to Buck. He did a nice job. He gave up 1 run in 2+ innings. So now Rick Clough, I'm assuming it's Clough or Clough, is going to be the third pitcher used here by the Angels. Undefeated coming into this game, 7-0, 6-2 the Milwaukee Rangers. Then you got Mescal, who that's going to be a tough team to obviously beat. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. And a nice snag down there at the hot corner, and 1 up and 1 down. Chris Hucks has done a nice job for the Angels down there, and 1 down. There's Chris. The fastball inside, ball 1. Okay. So Lankin grounds out to third base. Eckhart has doubled in a run and scored, grounded to short. He struck out back in the 7th inning, and he bats here in the top of the 9th inning. Well, if you're wondering who's coming up for the Austin Angels in the top of the 9th or the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be the top of the order. Lujan, Lindsay, and Rodriguez. And I didn't see anyone. I saw somebody loosening up earlier, but now I think Jerry's coming out for the 9th. Ball 4. So a 1-out walk. We go back to the top of the order, and here is Anthony Aarons, the center fielder. He does a nice job out there in center field. Though there was one ball out there that I was kind of asking him about, maybe could have at least knocked it down. He let it go and allowed the runners to move up, or allowed the runner to score. I can't remember now. I want to get back to Gambatese, the starting pitcher. I mean, his pitch count's got to be 140, 150, 60 range. I mean, he's thrown a lot of pitches out here, starting pitcher. Not talking about number 19 here, Rick, but Jerry on the other side. As this one is hammered out into center field, and that's a diving knockdown. Nice job by Jimmy O'Connor, and that keeps the runners at first and second, but it's a base hit for Anthony Aarons. That is his third hit of the ball game, first and second with 1 out. And the batter is going to be the shortstop, Matt Sanfilippo. And he wallops one to left field, and a base hit. Picked up out there by the left fielder. He'll fire it in, and close play down there at third. Excellent play by Jose Fernandez. So now the bases are loaded.
Infield halfway.
8-7. Calvert came out for a quick pep talk. And we're in the top of the 9th inning. The Rangers, there's no tomorrow for the losing team on this game. And the bases are loaded for Mark Hill, who has a single, and he's 1 for 4. Struck out his last time up. He lines one. It's caught by Lujan. They'll double him off at second base. What a clutch play by the defense of the Austin Angels. And the side is retired. A 6-4 inning double play. And we are heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. We are in an 8-8 tie in this 2019 msbl World Series. Wow. I don't think anybody was expecting that to happen. But Lujan, he was calm, cool, and collective, and he got it over to his second baseman, and Darrell Lindsay took care of business. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Angels, if they can muster up a run here, top of the order, and it'll be Lujan, Lindsay, the guys that made that 6-4 double play to end the inning, and then Ralph Rodriguez, and should they get any further, Jose Fernandez and Rudy Cesario. And as expected, Jerry is out for another inning. And I just wanted to say, how many times especially the 50, the 55, here's a pop-up into left, long run, and the left fielder can't make the play. And here's the throw to second, and they hold him to a long single. That is 18. Well, I don't know. I think that's an error. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that's an error on the left fielder. So the winning run at first base. Here's Darrell Lindsay. He squares the bunt, lays one down. A good one. Well, it was good, but just foul, and a heads-up play by third baseman Mark Hall. But getting back to Jerry and guys like him that come out here and throw so many innings, we see so many complete games at this age group, more than I think the younger age group level. And I just salute guys like Jerry, and I've seen Robert Calvert come out here and go deep into games as this one's bunted. I mean, we're talking about guys that are, some of these guys are 60 years old, playing in the 50s. So a great bunt there. So an excellent job. And now Jose Fernandez. Jose Hernandez with a chance to wear the laurel of hero. He is the cleanup hitter. He is 1 for 4. He's got the winning run at second base. Jerry's still out there keeping an eye on Lujan, and there's a swing and a foul. He had a mighty cut at that one. Got a good game over at the main stadium. It was 7-4 at one point. Now it's 7-6. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. That's out of play. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Angels and the Rangers tied 8-8. We've had 6 lead changes and 3 ties in this game. This is the semifinals, 50 and over, Cactus Division. And here's a chopper down the third base side. Step on the bag for one. They will not throw to first. And that is a fielder's choice. 2 down, and here is Rudy Cesario. Rudy's looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's walked, hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 2. Winning run at second, the pitch, and he checked his swing and fouls it off, and it's 0-1. The winning run is at second base, and Darrell Lindsay. 8-8 tie in the semifinal, bottom of the 9th inning. Jerry to the belt, to the plate. And he grounds one to the third base side, but it's a foul ball, and it's 0-2 on Rudy Cesario. Hard hitter, but he's been held at bay. He's been walked and hit by a pitch, and he's 0 for 2. He's got the winning run at second and an 8-8 tie, bottom of the 9th inning. Jerry to the belt, Jerry to the plate. And he fouls that one straight back and out of play. Still 0-2. Lindsay bouncing off the bag at second, the winning run, the pitch. And here's a looper to straightaway center field. Aarons comes on, he'll play it on a hop. Here comes a throw to the plate, it is not in time. And the Austin Angels win it here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cesario comes through with a game-winning hit, and the Angels win it by a final score of 9-8. They're heading to Hohokam Stadium to play for the 50 and over Cactus Championship. What a moment here for the Angels at Hohokam Park in Mesa. And Darrell Lindsay scores a winning run.
2 strikes on you there, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. And what were you thinking up there? You got the game-winning hit.
Just trying to stay alive, see another pitch, and I was fortunate to get a little breaking ball, put the bat on it, and get a little bloop single up the middle. In the books, it's a line drive.
And it had to feel good to beat these guys.
Tough team, and all the credit to their pitcher. He battled back, and they battled us really well. They're a good team. I think we're fortunate to be in the finals, and hopefully we can win this game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Rudy, thank you very much. This has been a presentation of APM Video Sports. Winning pitcher was Rick, as he pitched that top of the 9th inning, and the big hero, of course, Cesario, in the bottom of the 9th.